should start. People are there. How do I know? Good afternoon, everyone. इसमें लिखा है share to group. Share to group. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are doing well during these tough times. As we all know, only tough people can sail through tough times. So the best way is to keep ourselves busy in one way or the other, more particularly in areas of our interest. There are confusions, uncertainties, and complete exhaustion regarding the present condition. Despite all these uncertainties, the life continues. So do the issues relating to our life, be it personal, financial, relationships, and so on and so forth. Whenever any issue arises which a person cannot handle himself, he decides to take it to the logical end. A lawyer is engaged, and based on his advice, one reaches the authority or the court. Who knows better the court system than the lawyers? Once you reach court, your dispute and its outcome both go out of your hands. You approach court with bundle of allegations against your opponent. Your opponent reverts with double bundle of allegations. The lawyers paint everything with different colors to make you victorious. And your opponent see you as an enemy, even if you had good relationship with him or her earlier. We all know there is a set procedure in courts which needs to be followed. Plaint has to be followed by written statement, then comes replication, recording of evidence, arguments, and in between number of applications, and then comes the judgment. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes years, and a question still remains whether justice is done by delivery of the judgment. The length of your case depends upon the craftsmanship of your lawyer and the lawyer of your opponent. One more thing which is important is that the court process focuses on facts of past. Who did what and who should be punished, whether relief to be granted or not, is decided by the judge, who decides based on the material put before him. For getting what you wanted, you invest money, you paid court fee, you pay the lawyer. Moreover, you invest your time and energy. But you cannot be sure whether you will be successful or not. An element of uncertainty is always attached to the outcome. Even if you are successful, what do you get? A decision on dispute which relates to past. When a judgment is passed, the element of satisfaction on the one side and element of dissatisfaction on the other side, both are huge. One wins, one loses. Matter is dragged up to Supreme Court. What happens now and in future is completely in dark. A question still remains unanswered. Is justice delivered by passing of the judgment? As we all know, judgments are passed on set principles of law. If law envisages your rights, then you will get it. But if your right is not protected in law, you do not get anything, despite the fact that you need what you ask the court. Courts are bound by set principles of law and the provisions laid down. For example, a gentleman does not take care of his wife and children. Wife is working, but her resources are not enough to take care of the children. She takes support from her parents in bringing up her children and for their education, as her income is not sufficient. Wife does not break her relationship with her husband. She says she did it for children. Her father dies. She gets her share in father's properties. Her mother gets old. There is nobody to take care of her. She brings her mother to her place of residence. Unfortunately, the daughter also dies after some time. Now, husband does not want the mother to stay with him, though she could look after the children. Where does the mother go? Does she get any right in the properties of her daughter, movable or immovable? Can she stay in her daughter's house as a matter of right? If she files a based on law and she does not get any right in the properties of her daughter. We have noticed in the last over 3 decades that the inflow of cases in our court system had increased, maybe because of awareness of the litigants and of course the resources people had to approach the court. The legal system started getting gradually clogged. There was a lot of burden on the docket and an amendment was introduced in section 89 of the Code of Civil Procedure in the year settlement, including settlement through Lok Adalat and mediation. We all understand arbitration and conciliation are governed by the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Lok Adalat is conducted under the provisions of Delhi Legal Services Authority Act. Judicial settlements are done by courts. The question arises, what is mediation? There is no law so far which defines mediation. In the year 2004, rules were framed by our Delhi High Court which defines mediation. Thereafter, Mediation and Conciliation Center, Samadhan, was established in Delhi High Court, where over 300 lawyers are trained and are helping people to resolve their disputes. Samadhan has on its panel even designated senior advocates who are providing selfless, amazing services to the litigants for resolving their disputes. There are mediation centers attached to all the district courts and even centers of DDRS. But the question arises, what is mediation? हिंदी में इसे हम कह सकते हैं मध्यस्थता. A third neutral person helps the disputing parties to resolve their issues. Do we recollect the role of Krishna in Mahabharata? These days, Ramayana and Mahabharata are being telecasted on TV. महाभारत में लॉर्ड कृष्णा कौरवों के पास जाते हैं और उनसे कहते हैं कि आप आधी जमीन दे दो, और अगर आधी जमीन नहीं देते हो, सेकंड ऑप्शन रखते हैं कि सिर्फ 5 ग्राम दे दो, 5 विलेजेस दे दो. कौरव नहीं मानते. व्हाट हैपन्स एट द एंड? ओनली अ डिजास्टर. Earlier, there used to be elders in the society or relatives who used to intervene in case of any such situation and help people to sit and talk and resolve. But things changed. Nobody has time for anybody. The closeness in relationship got lost. We never trusted anybody known to us. So the people adopted stringent routes like litigation. Mediation is more like intervention of our elders and relatives, but it is more structured. It is not so simple. लोग ये महसूस करते हैं कि मीडिएशन क्या है, एक से बात करो फिर दूसरे से करो और देखो दोनों किस बात पर मान जाते हैं. Mediation is not so simple. It is a technique. It is a science. But I must tell you that for many years, people mistook it with meditation. Let us understand the components of mediation. Mediation is a process which is a voluntary process. Once you reach court, coming back is not exclusively in the hand of the person who approaches the court. But in mediation, once you start but you are not comfortable, you can always retrace your steps back and come back, and you can say that I am no more interested in mediation. This is a process which is party-centric. In courts, the lawyers take the lead. Parties are made to sit in the corner. Whom does the dispute belong? To the parties. But the parties have no role to play. only lawyer speaks. In mediation, it's the party who is given importance. Of course, the lawyers support the parties. And what does the mediator do? Mediator helps in resolving the conflict, not merely the dispute, which is on the surface before court. The mediator goes deep into the issues and helps the parties to resolve their conflict. Mediation has a structured negotiation process. This structure is not as rigid as courts. In court, once the plaint is filed, only then written statement can be filed. Once written statement comes, you are supposed to file replication. In this, there is a structure. That structure tells you how to start. We as mediators need to start by opening statement. That opening statement is such an important part of the whole process that it brings initial calming in the parties. And after opening statement, there is gathering of information, then generation of option, selection of option, and then settlement or no settlement. But this process is flexible. When the parties enter the room, sometimes they start with options in the beginning itself. Of course, the techniques which we have acquired due to our training and refresher courses thereafter, we bring them back and try to gather first the information which has brought them against their opponent, where they are standing against each other. What is the role of that third party? That role of third party is that I am a neutral third person and I assist the disputing parties in resolving their disputes by using specialized communication skills. In day-to-day life, we hear each other, but mediation is not about hearing. Mediation is about listening. How do we listen? We listen carefully, and there are specialized skills. We summarize what we listen. We rephrase what we listen. We reflect what we listen, and only to make the parties understand that they have been understood by the mediator. This listening is not simple listening. This listening is with empathy. Mediation needs empathy, something different from sympathy. It is the ability to take the perspective of the other person, recognizing the emotion of the speaker without being judgmental. When people feel heard, they come out themselves for options, for solution. And how do we do this? We ask them right questions for every stage. There are open-ended questions which encourage the parties to open up for giving information with regard to facts, giving information with regard to options, and then discussing what will suit them the best. Shifting the parties from position to interest is the task of the trained mediator. How do we do this? Again, by asking the right questions at the right stage. A very important aspect of this mediation is that this is confidential. What happens in court? In court, it's not only your matter which is listed. Court is full of litigants. Court is full of lawyers. And maybe when your matter is taken up, others are sitting in court, and even it can be seen on the next day, printed in newspaper. There is no confidentiality attached to the process in courts. But this is the process which is completely confidential. This confidentiality is manifold. It is between the parties. What is conveyed by the parties to the mediator remains with the mediator. No court at any stage can ask the mediator what transpired during the mediation process. Even if one party says something to the mediator without seeking the permission of the speaker, it cannot be conveyed to the other side. And the question does not arise to communicate to the court what transpired in the mediation room. It remains within the four corners of that room. The beauty of this process is that the outcome is in the hands of the parties, not in the hands of somebody else who we will be deciding for them, because the parties decide for themselves what is important for them. That decision is not even with me as a mediator. Of course, lawyers have a very important role to play in mediation. Their active and constructive participation helps the parties get what matters to them most. This is the only process which looks at relationship. Have you ever seen in courts where issues are talked about the past relationship of the parties? Never. And even if it is done, it is not given any importance while deciding the matter. That is why this process of redressal of disputes is called the most appropriate process and not merely alternate process. A question may bother you. What is the role of the mediator? Mediator is just a facilitator for communication between the parties. He cannot act as an advisor. For that, the parties have to depend upon their lawyers or their family members or any third party whom they trust. We are not the counselor. We can't be the preachers. Our role is simply to empower the parties and to decide what they really want. It is important to know what do the parties talk when they come for mediation. Do they talk about dispute which is on the surface? The answer is no. Parties go deep into the cause and start talking as to how did the dispute occur and why did it start. Emotions go high in the mediation room. Are all these things talked in the courtroom? Again, my answer will be no. What is contained, controlled, and settled in the mediation room is not only the dispute but the conflict. The job of the mediator from the day the parties enter the mediation room is to control the conflict, contain the conflict, and help the parties to settle the conflict which has brought them into a position where they are standing against each other as an opponent. A question arises: what is conflict? In simple words, it can be defined as opposing ideas and actions of different people resulting into antagonistic to issues relating to our physical safety, psychological needs, financial issues, social status, personal reputation, religious faith, national pride, and so on and so forth. These are countless issues. Differences, when are left unresolved, become disagreements. When disagreements are left unresolved, they become a problem. And when problems are unattended, they become a dispute. Merely a dispute comes before court. But when a dispute is unresolved, that turns into conflict. And when conflict is unattended, it can be disastrous. As we just mentioned about Mahabharata, a disaster took place because the option given by Pandavas was not accepted by the Kauravas. Let us just analyze what are the reasons for conflict. The most important can be lack of information. There can be misinformation. there can be no information, different interpretation of the information, differences in cultures of the participants, personality, situations, backgrounds, all matter a lot and contribute to the cause of conflict, play an important role in its escalation. Even in siblings, they both are nurtured in the same atmosphere, but they may have different views while sitting in the same room despite having been taken care of by the same parents, because they can have their own views. In matrimonial issues, two people get together and stay together under the same roof, but they may have different cultures, different backgrounds, different values. And if there is mismatch in such values, there can be conflict. And if this conflict is not taken care of the way it is required to be handled, it can escalate, it can be disastrous. Dispute is just a small particle of the conflict. So, we need to resolve the conflict so that the disputants get happiness or at least peace. How do we deal with the conflict is a bigger question now. Pattern varies from person to person. It can be just a withdrawal, complete silence. It can be aggression, which takes the conflict out of your hands. Mediator helps the conflicting parties to shift from opposing zones to the zone of wisdom, makes the parties to process the full information and make them understand the other side better. Can you imagine ever that withdrawal from participating in conflict resolution will help in developing relationship? My answer will be no, because sometime or the other it will erupt. It will be always in the back of your mind. This happened earlier, so if anything happens in future, again that past will revive and the conflict will multiply. So what does the mediator do? Mediators bring the parties from reaction to response, from vivad to samvad. Mediator makes the parties to indulge in conflict, like we indulge in food, indulge in things of our choice. We must indulge in conflict and find options that are fair, that brings happiness, or if not happiness, at least peace, which is very important for everybody. There is no doubt that conflict arises only in relationships which matter to humankind. You do not have conflicts with strangers. This relationship can be personal, family, commercial, and employer-employee, neighborhood. Some people feel, why talk about conflicting issues? Pretend as nothing is wrong and use the silent treatment. They feel conflict is dangerous. As I just said, it can erupt at a later stage. They feel talking about it makes it worse. But question arises, is it the right way of handling conflict? My answer to that will be no. We must talk, because conflict is natural and working through problems gives us a chance to grow and learn. If we talk, resentments don't build up and relationships are maintained. So for maintaining better relationships, it is always better to talk and find out a solution to the issues which bother you most of the time. Whenever a conflict arises, people feel the only solution is to let us sever relationship, part ways, and distribute the pie. But a trained mediator can help the disputing parties to be collaborative in its approach and help them to look at the interest of everyone and make room for everyone. They can make the parties to sit together, talk to each other, resolve and enlarge the pie. For example, in a dispute between two brothers, if only distribution is to take place, then it goes half-half to both of them. But if a mediator sits with them, shifts them from their position to interest, the pie can be enlarged when they can think creative solutions. Maybe they bring a builder, a collaborator who builds everything for them. They get better accommodation, and of course, relationships are maintained. They are close to each other, and difficult timings they can stand for each other, which we look for. During this calamity, COVID-19, people have been forced to lock themselves into their houses. Some talk and say that people need to slow down to allow nature to breathe and replenish its resources, which were depleting due to their overuse. We had no time for our families. We were always running, busy in our work. We used to feel proud in saying, we family members don't even meet. We were always busy on phone, all chats on WhatsApp, even on the dining table. All family members used to be on the WhatsApp. Such types of WhatsApp are history now. God has given time to such people to spend time with their families. But there are few families where relationships are dragging because they were too busy to look at it. Or they were dragging because they were getting space to do things of their choice outside their spheres. And they were just coexisting. Some maybe because of the compulsion of their children, maybe some social pressure, maybe some financial pressure, maybe some psychological pressure. But people were just coexisting. Now members of one family are locked down under the same roof. For those who did not get time for their families, it is a time given by God to value their relationships and spend time with their loved ones. But grass is not green everywhere. Due to COVID-19, there are huge unfulfilled requirements within the family. Missed deadlines, layoffs, breaches of agreements. There is a huge burden of household chores. No help for anybody. Every member of the family is under stress, coping up with technology, be it small children or elders. For working mothers, work from home and work at home, both are important. Ensuring attendance of virtual class by children, variety food for kids to keep them involved, all are important. For some males, the thought of doing or helping the ladies in the household is like a nightmare. They've never done it earlier. Even if they intend to do, they mess up. Some don't have space to maintain social distancing, despite their desire to maintain so. Some don't see the sunlight or the beauty of the sky, not because their house is not open to the sky, but because they are overburdened with their problem of coexistence. They are struggling between Corona to Corona during this Corona. Every earning livelihood is a big question for few. Nobody says what was earlier was normal. But of course, for sure, even what is happening in the present is also not normal. No outings, no friends, no chats, no stress persons. People have already got and will get more differences if such differences are not handled at present. They will turn into conflicts, and we have already discussed that in the present situation, when you can't move out of your houses, when you have to live with someone under the same roof, or have issues relating to your finances or work with whom you got conflicts, we must adopt the process of mediation. That is the only outfit which can suit the disputing parties in the present situation. We have to have collaborative approach, not the distributive approach. तुम अपने रास्ते, मैं अपने रास्ते, इस समय पॉसिबल नहीं है. कोई रास्ता किसी को अभी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. So the only option left is sit and, as I said earlier, talk and find out a solution, because you have to coexist. You have to live. Despite the lockdown, courts are all over the country are working for dispensation of justice in urgent matters. That urgency is decided by the court. In Delhi High Court, hearings are taking place through video conferencing. So is the position in other courts. But with challenges of technology, what will be the rate of disposal can't be predicted. What is sure is that it can't be as fast as it was earlier. If we compare it with the earlier timings, at that point of time also we used to say it is a very slow process. Despite everybody's efforts from the judicial side, from the lawyer side, we had been facing long dates, date per date, tarikh per tarikh. And now what is our present and future is completely in dark. इस बात पर मैं कुछ आपसे हिंदी में कहना चाहूँगी. कट जाता है वो दौर भी जो सख्त बड़ा लगता है. कट जाता है वो दौर भी जो सख्त बड़ा लगता है. घर से अब बहुत दूर है अदालत, और यहाँ अब वक्त भी बहुत लगता है. So what do we have to do in times like present, where arrangements are being made by the courts to meet the requirements of a large number of litigants, for holding hearings in urgent matters through video conferencing, while maintaining the protocol of hygiene and social distancing. Negotiation can play an important role. In case parties are not in a position to negotiate for themselves, then of course assisted negotiation, that is mediation, will be the mode available to the parties to resolve their issues and help the disputing parties to lead a peaceful life in the given circumstances. What is important for this is to steer the advocacy skills of lawyers for litigation to mediation mode. Lawyers need to advise their clients for mediation. That is the only solution at present. If we look at our legislations in the recent past, in most of the legislations, be it Companies Act, be it MSME Act, be it RERA, Consumer Act, even under POSH, all provisions have been made for talking for resolution themselves. So even before COVID-19, the intention of the legislation has always been to go towards mediation, to move the parties from litigation mode to mediation mode, encouraging the parties, empowering the parties to find out solution for their problems themselves, which is a better justice because it takes care of their needs. So the foremost important thing is to make ourselves aware about the technology. Lawyers need to take a proactive role whenever they are approached by any affected party. The path which has to be shown to the affected people is the one which gives them justice, and that too now. Today, disputants have to be empowered to negotiate themselves. We as lawyers can guide them to attack the problem and not the person. That is the basic rule of mediation. We don't attack on the person. We have to focus on the problem. Guide them to take one problem at a time and try to find a way to solve it. Dig out the cause. Focus on solution. Guide them how to negotiate for their rights with their opponents. Lawyers need not escalate the problem. And if parties cannot do that themselves, then steer them towards mediation. Resolution through mediation is the way forward for all those issues which can be decided by the parties. Healthy communication can yield good results through a trained mediator who can help them achieve creative solutions and be the winner. This is the only mode where parties can have win-win situation. Parties can approach code-annexed mediation centers or private mediator. Samadhan, a mediation and conciliation center at Delhi High Court, is working to provide online services of mediation. Very soon, we will be successfully conducting mediation online. Of course, we will have to ensure confidentiality element of mediation by making the parties to agree to this in writing and be penalized in case of default. A question may again arise, why is it so? Because even if you have the system where you can mute one person, but still the person who is talking to you can in between record certain things. Technology is very strong at this point of time. And in case such agreement is not recorded at initial stage, it may damage the process of mediation, particularly if the mediation is not successful. But still a large number of people in our country are not capable of using the technology because of lack of knowledge or because of resources. A large number of people in our society do not even have phones, or if they have phones, they do not have the technology in those phones to have the video conferencing. They do not have the money to buy such phones. What to do in such situations? I think, looking at the present scenario, virtual meetings seem to be the only way of communication till the things improve. And as I said, we need to create an outfit which fits now. Of course, it will take time. We are hopeful, and hope makes road for success. So at the end, I can say, बेरुखी को मत छोड़िए खामोशी पर. बेरुखी को मत छोड़िए खामोशी पर, बात कीजिए तो कोई हल भी निकल आएगा. Thank you very much. Over to all of you now for your questions if you have any. Do you find any question? You can ask if you have any questions, please. Amrita Sarkar has asked the question, what subjects can be taken to mediation? Anything where relationship issues are there, whether that is commercial, whether that is relationship amongst family members, those type of issues can be taken by mediation. Only the matters where some judgment is required, or where constitutional issues are involved, or there are criminal matters where the offenses are non-compoundable, more particularly where even judgments have been there specifically, that such type of matters cannot be done. So in totality, most of the cases can be taken during mediation. It's coming here also, I can see. Yes, Deepaji, there is a question from your side that there are certain pending cases, and very soon our High Court is working to provide us arrangements for online mediation, more particularly where emotions are not that much involved, where face-to-face sitting is important. Very soon we will be starting online mediation. Nandini ji, you have put a question with regard to confidentiality. I have dealt with it in my previous session. Of course, this is a very gray area which needs to be taken care of, and I think before we start mediation online, we will have to take an agreement from the parties that anything discussed during the process of mediation will not be used by anyone, and of course there should be some penalties also written as per that agreement. Only then there are otherwise issues so far as confidentiality is concerned. Preeti Garg has asked for mediation training. I think you can ask me this question on my personal email. I will answer that. Manvi Gola se ask whether a mediation can be asked at a later stage during the pendency of the case. Yes, at any stage matter can be brought for mediation. Then you need to request the court to refer it. If the matter is already pending before court, you just need to request the court to refer it for mediation. Push, of course, we are not equipped for technology. I understand your question is quite relevant for present. We all need to equip ourselves. Maybe some initiative can be taken by the center itself, or we will have to take help of our youngsters within our family, and we will have to equip ourselves for conducting online mediation. Yes, Pooja, so far as signatures are concerned, they will have to be digital, but again question will be, it will be limited to certain people who can have their digital signatures. For till the time we are allowed to meet and sit together face to face, digital signatures will have to be accepted. Sarita, yes, in state cases, all cases cannot be mediated. There are judgment to this effect, like Prabhat Bhai from Supreme Court, and then State of Madhya Pradesh. Specific cases where serious matters are involved, non-compoundable offences are there, we are not supposed to conduct mediation in such cases. But even in a case like 498A, though it is non-compoundable, but as per the past practice, it has been allowed, and FIRs being quashed even in such matters because of the settlements having taken place. On the larger issue that peace is important for society. Prerna, yes, there are confusions for confidentiality, but at the same time, we have to have some agreement in advance before we start the process of mediation online. I can't read this question completely. What is this? For mediation to be binding on the parties and not breached by them? It is incomplete. I can't see the complete question. So I think, Jyoti, I can't read the question completely. Yes, for mediation to be binding on the parties and not breached by them, should we as lawyers get the mediation settlement? I can't read the complete one. You can write to me on my email. I will try to answer your question. I think I have answered most of the questions. Rest, if you have any questions, please email to me. I will answer them. And please take care of yourself. Stay at home till the time you are allowed to move out. Follow all the guidelines. Take care of yourself and see you soon, healthy and safe. Thank you very much. Bye. My email address is veena.rally@gmail.com.